What's up, guys? Python here, and this place looks familiar, huh? The old setup here. I am back home because I went to this game. Flew home for this one. Fun fact. But we're going to the content as it's up. We are going to be making content from here. So Rangers lose this one. Also, sorry about the mess in the back. It's just that I moved out, so there's a bit of a mess here from the stuff that I left, but yeah, so don't expect the background to look the best for the next few games. But Rangers lose this one 3-2 in overtime, and I'm not even mad. I'm more so just disappointed because the Rangers easily could have ran away with this game. It sucks having to hold this mic, I swear to God, because this would love to have my boom arm here, but I don't. But yeah, so it does suck because the Rangers did play a lot better, and I'm a lot more calm than I was when I was leaving MSG. Leaving MSG, I was pissed. In the stands, I was pissed. I'm glad I didn't lose my voice because I was screaming a lot during the game, but it just sucks, man, because if they come out strong in this first period like they did in the second and third, if they play that way, man, the Rangers win this game easily. Or if you gotta just give credit to Holtby and Hudobin. You gotta give credit to both of them. Both of them had great games for Dallas. And I will say, for me personally, the Rangers responding like this, I'm glad we got a point out of it. That's something. But for them to respond like this after a piss poor game in Washington and a piss poor first period in the game, and the fact that they are playing back-to-backs, and before anyone says the excuse, oh, well, they're professional athletes. Yeah, going up against rested professional athletes. The Dallas Stars, this was their first game and they were rested. So for them to respond that the way they did in the second and third period, it really showed a lot, but it does suck to not come away with the win here. The first period, there's not even a lot that went on. They were just awful play from both sides, honestly. More so the Rangers. The Rangers just no offensive zone production at all, and in their own end they've just not been good. Whenever they are not in their or I should say whenever they're in their own end, they've looked just completely awful. And of course, Jacob Peterson, everyone on Twitter predicted it. Of course, he scored his first NHL goal against the Rangers because it's the New York Rangers. They have to have allowed the most first NHL goals in the entire league. Like, there's just no way any other team has allowed more than the Rangers. But yeah, Jacob Peterson scores with about 30 seconds left in the period, which stings a lot. But the fact that they still come out strong in the second period after that, it really does say a lot to me. It does say a lot. Although Dallas did end up scoring, it was Boxer, that was on a power play goal, and that was just honestly a lucky pickup where he's just like, oh, look what I found, got it. Nothing you could do there. On the Peterson goal, it also does suck the way they scored because, as Steve Dangle said with Travis Dermott, Niels Lundqvist decides to be Booker T and do a spinner-Rooney thing, doing the same thing Steve Dangle did there. But, he decides to do that. Or that was after he decides to just be like, here, Peterson, why don't you just go ahead and take the puck instead of going up, being aggressive with it, and trying to clog him up in the neutral zone. He just lets him go by. He does a spinner-Rooney. Then Peterson just blows past him, and he scores. Bad pass from Nemeth Pryor, but I blame Lundqvist there. You got to jump up on the play there, my guy. Like, he had a pretty rough NHL debut. He really did. And it sucks that he's quarterback in the power play. I'm fine with it, but you know why I'm not happy with it? Because Jacob Trouba, the $8 million man, yep. Jacob Trouba, the $8 million man, not even quarterback in either one of our power plays. And I have a lot to say about Trouba, as I always do. But, I don't remember if it was before that Dallas goal or if it was after, but you had some great chances. You had Kakko end up hitting the post on one. Holtby absolutely freaking robbed, or it might have been Hudobin that robbed Strome on one of the plays. By the way, Rope Hintz for the Stars. What a great fucking player. That guy was just all over them, and Dallas easily could have scored a couple more goals, and Hintz definitely could have got one tonight. But Adam Fox ends up scoring the first goal in Madison Square Garden. That's pretty fitting, considering he won the Norris last year from Lindgren and Panarin. Really just pretty good shot from the blue line. Not much to say about that. And the Rangers get on the board. And then you also had at one point where Holtby ended up, there was a play behind the net where Holtby got absolutely just leveled, and the entire Garden going, Holtby. Just, it was a little douche now that we know that he got hurt on the play, but initially he looked okay. It was pretty funny. You also had, who was it? Klingberg. Klingberg also in the first period ended up taking a pretty big hit. He came back into the game though. And then later on, Kreider ends up scoring a good deflection. Great shot there from Miller, which the blue line needs to start taking more. We need more. Can't talk. We need better shots on the blue line. I'm tired of them just throwing some of these weak shots. A shot like Miller there, great play. You have the guys that could deflect in front. If not, it's going to be loose in front of the net, and you have a chance at a rebound. And the rebounds, the Rangers got so unlucky with. There were a couple of rebound chances they had to pick up, but they just couldn't. Which really did sting. What else was there? What else was I gonna say? The power play. I'm gonna die before the power play is good ever for the New York Rangers, aren't I? 0 for 4 on the power play. My God. At least the Rangers stayed out of the box pretty often. It does suck that they did score on one power play though, because the penalty kill was one of our strong suits of. That was one of our strongest. Part of our games last year, so it does really suck that it hasn't been as good. You could say that the Jacques Martin fire was pretty bad, but yeah, it does suck to see that. Strome had 5 shots on goal, my God. But then the Rangers outplaying Dallas in the second, in the third, and then of course, because you throw your arms up, of course, and as Steve Dangle said there too. But you go, of course, because Miro Heiskanen ends up scoring. And Dallas wins. Jacob Trouba, lazy effort to get back on defense. What's new? And I'm so tired of him. I'm tired of Trouba. But yeah. The Rangers stayed pretty disciplined. You had the Reeves penalty, and then you had a Strome penalty, which I thought both of the penalties were such... Well, the Reeves one wasn't. The Strome penalty was such bullshit. That was the weakest slash call I've ever seen in my life. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, Strome in the first period did have a pretty good chance where he was set up in front of the net, pretty open, and doesn't end up scoring on that. That gets saved. In terms of shots on goal, I mean, except for Kakko and Goudreau, everyone had a shot on goal, even on the blue line. Fox had 6. That's ridiculous. Fox is... You gotta love him. You gotta love Foxy. Shesterkin, his numbers really don't show how he played tonight. Shesterkin was great all night. Yeah, it's just unlucky on all of them. Unlucky rebound pickup there on the Foska goal. Heiskanen, that's Trouba, just awful. And then the Peterson goal, that was all because of Nils Lundkvist. Igor, I can't really blame for any of the goals, honestly. He had a great game. Yeah, I mean, in terms of everyone else, there's not even much to say, honestly, about this. It just does suck to lose that game after outplaying them the way that they did. It really sucks. And I'm not even going to go too much into this game because I'm dead fucking tired. And also, I just want to move on. I really just want to move on from this game because it really does sting. But I'm feeling confident in the team. If they play the way they did in the second and third period going forward, it's going to lead to a lot more success. They just need to also... The power play, though, it's unacceptable how bad it is. It's really unacceptable. Let's go to Twitter now. And where 10 says thoughts on Fox goal. I thought it was good. Can't complain. Norris Trophy defenseman doing Norris defenseman things, doing it on both ends of the ice. He had great defensive plays. So did Lindgren. Lindgren was great tonight too. He ended up stopping one of the 2-on-1 chances in the second period. Or no, it was actually in the third period, actually. It was the first or third period because it was the side that Dallas was shooting on. But I thought he had a good game. I thought both of them did. And then Colin, I don't want to butcher your last name, so I'm just going to say Colin. But thank you for sending in thoughts first time. I'm pretty sure you have, so I appreciate that. Like to get more people interacting in these, so click the link in the description. Follow me on Twitter so you see when I tweet this after the games. And also, while you're going down there, leave a like on the video, turn on notifications, use code PythonFigures. By the way, I'm not going to go too long with the sponsorship plug there, but yeah, it just stings. It does sting, but the fact that they didn't choke, and which I thought they did. I thought in the third period at the Garden we got no replay, so we don't even know still what happened on that one chance with like 5 minutes left in the game with Dallas where it was a wide open net. I'm gonna go back and watch what happened at some point, but yeah, it just stings. It stings a lot that they played the way that they did and still ended up losing the game. But again, you could take a lot of positives from it too. That, listen, the Rangers in October are not going to be a good hockey team. It was just a fact going into the season. You have a new coach and you're adjusting to a new system. You're not going to come out of the gates off the rip winning hockey games like crazy. It's just not going to work that way. You have to give these things some time. And if the quicker they adjust, the sooner we're going to start winning hockey games and the sooner we're going to start to get going. That's just the way it works with a new system. If you remember how it was with AV, it took a bit. You got to give it some time, and I'm fully confident. You play a Montreal team that just lost to Buffalo. You better win that game. You better win that game, man. And you better come out like you did in the second and third period of that game. But yeah, I mean, not much else to say with this game. We do get a point. For those of you keeping early track of the playoffs, I believe we are one game out of the wild card now, or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, it doesn't matter. We're early in the season. But yeah, hopefully we bounce back against Montreal on Saturday. Tomorrow, it's nice to get a day off. Honestly, it really is, because I need it personally, because past few days have been just a lot traveling, stuff like that. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and other than that, it's been Python. I'm out. Peace.